In the first scene of Mirzapur Season 3, a police contract assassin named Valmiki is hired, based on his conversation with Madhuri, to kill Guddu and Golu. Sharad attempts to provoke Bharat about his twin brother's death at the same time, blaming Guddu for it. Devdutt, Bharat's father, questions why Sharad is determined to save Kailath's life despite the intense animosity of Sharad's late father. Sharad asserts that he is playing a power game and that he needs Kailath's help to take over as Purvanchal's leader. Sharad is reminded by Devdutt that Golu is the reason behind the birth of Bharat's twin, Shatrughan, Chotu. As soon as Guddu and Golu take back control of the Mirzapur throne, Sharad swears to destroy them both. Valmiki's men begin work in the meantime and stand watch outside the Tripathi residence, where Guddu currently resides. Golu confides in Bina that she is positive Kailath is still alive and is hiding behind Sharad inside. Guddu informs Golu and Bina that he will no longer be present at any of the goon meetings since he felt mistreated there. When Valmiki's goons spot Bina, they give up on killing Guddu and Golu outside the Tripathi residence. When Guddu and Golu visit the opium factory, the thugs trail behind them. Guddu meets the laborers at the plant who assist in the production and exchange of handguns. After attending college, Golu recruits 5 young guys to work in the plant. Ramakant receives the same appalling treatment in prison as other offenders. He meets Lala there, who introduces him to his attorney and his daughter Shabnam. Lala's attorney informs him that Madhuri, the chief minister of the state of Uttar Pradesh, is the reason he can't release him quite yet. Shabnam apologizes to her father for putting him in jail by getting mixed up with Guddu and his associates. Dimpy requests at the Pandit residence that the judge in her father's case postpone the hearing in order to facilitate Ramakant's release. Golu's father Parshuram queries Dimpy about the existence of a romantic relationship between Golu and Guddu, but Dimpy is unable to respond. When Parshuram goes to see Golu at the Tripathi residence, he gives him the documents pertaining to Kailath's opium trade. Golu finds out that Munna is the legal owner of all of J.P. Yadav's opium farms. The fields were given to Munna's widow, Madhuri, after his passing. Bina advises Guddu to attempt to speak with Shabnam in order to get Lala to assist them in obtaining the opium trade in order to obtain control over Mirzapur. Bina begs the maid to get some opium so she can give her kid a drugged-out high that evening. Concurrently, Sharad visits Lala in jail and pledges to use Madhuri's assistance to help get him out. Taking Sharad at his word, Lala sends him the full supply of opium to trade. However, Madhuri meets with every state minister and battles them to guarantee the impoverished farmers have adequate money for the entire year. Madhuri gets into arguments with the senior ministers and doesn't follow their instructions. P.A. Anand informs Madhuri that although Sharad is interested in meeting her, she declines to engage with him. Valmiki has a different assault strategy for Guddu, so he asks Dubey to set up the money at the same time. Valmiki sets up a competition for bodybuilders. Guddu is invited as the chief guest, and he gets Laka Pahelwan, the event organizer, to extend the invitation. Although Golu offers to accompany Guddu as his bodyguard, Guddu declines. Golu departs to see Satya, a politician, and makes threats against him while pleading with him to locate J.P. Yadav on her behalf. Guddu chooses to attend the competition alone after Golu arrives late and misses her flight. There, Guddu is ashamed to find that Satan Jha, a well-known local actor, was also invited as a key guest by Laka Pahelwan. When Sutton gets there, he makes an unconscious effort to scare Guddu. Behind closed doors, Valmiki and his men prepare to kill Guddu prior to the victors being announced. Gradually, Guddu's guards are killed by Valmiki's troops. Golu, meantime, is stranded in a barricade where her father is a police officer on duty. In an attempt to make sure Guddu is okay, she begs her father to provide a way for her automobile to get out of the barrier. However, Guddu gets into a backstage confrontation with Sutton, who calls him out for being insignificant. Guddu becomes agitated as a result, and Valmiki's men attack him. Guddu makes every effort to evade the attack and fight back, fortunately taking down the majority of Valmiki's goons in the process. Golu arrives in her car just as Valmiki is going to attack Guddu, knocking him unconscious before he can strike her. When Guddu notices the holster around Valmiki's waist, he realizes that Valmiki was sent by the police. His plan to kill Valmiki is derailed when Sutton appears. Guddu receives an apology from Sutton for making fun of him without understanding who he was. Using Valmiki's rifle, Guddu kills Sutton and puts it in Valmiki's hand, who is now pretty much dead. As word of Sutton's passing spreads throughout Uttar Pradesh, the populace is outraged at the film star's killing at the hands of a police weapon. As the people of Mirzapur scream praises to Guddu, Guddu goes around smashing all the sculptures of Kaileen and his family. Madhuri encounters strong public criticism as well. Kaileen awakens from his coma at the end of the episode, and Devdutta greets him warmly. The review of the episode. Something tells me that Bharat, not Shatrughan, Chotu, was the deceased individual. If the creators revealed that Chotu was cosplaying as Bharat, the son Devdutt was proud of, I wouldn't be shocked. This may be the cause of his agitation whenever Devdutt brings up Golu's name. It's intriguing how Guddu killed two birds with one stone by orchestrating Sutton's murder and placing the blame on Valmiki. He not only made Sutton pay for insulting him, but he also threw Madhuri, who he had no idea was the aggressor, in a difficult position. It appears like Sharad will need to stop depending on Madhuri's assistance, and it will be difficult for her to get past this scandal. As the episode comes to a finish, Kaileen wakes up, and I have no doubt that he is going back to Mirzapur to reclaim his throne and exact revenge on Guddu.